Go.
Take a step back and sort of point out we've kind of been here before. So August 13th, how far were the polls off in Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin? And this is in 2016 and 2020. Trump was estimated both times around and by significant margins. Take a look here. In 2016, the average poll in those states that I mentioned, those Great Lake battleground states, Trump was underestimated by 9 points on average at this point in 2016. How about 2020? It wasn't a one-off. Look at this. He was underestimated by 5 points on average. And of course, Kamala Harris's advantage in those New York Times Siena College polls were 4 points in each of these key battleground states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. The bottom line is this. If you have any idea, if you're a Kamala Harris fan and you want to rip open the champagne bottle, pop that cork, do not do it. Donald Trump is very much in this race. If we have a polling shift like we've seen in prior years from now until the final result, Donald Trump would actually win. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I am saying that he is very much in this ballgame based upon where he is right now and compare that to where he was in prior years.
We've certainly heard the Harris campaign saying we have to keep fighting.
Absolutely.
This is definitely not over. All right. Let's talk about enthusiasm and how that translates actually. We are quite a ways out, again, 3 months about.
Yeah, you know, yesterday I was mentioning, you know, the enthusiasm for the Democratic ticket was up. Yep. But that enthusiasm is not the same thing as going out to actually vote. And there's a different question, which essentially says, how certain are you actually going to go out and vote? And this is the top range. Almost certain to vote. Again, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. This is among registered voters. Look at this. Look at Kamala Harris now compared to where Joe Biden was back in May. In fact, 62% of Joe Biden voters said they were almost certain to turn out and vote. Now,
it's gone down.
It's actually gone down a little bit. I would call this in the same general area at 61%. But it's basically unchanged. And look at Donald Trump. He was at 58% in May. He's actually gone up a little bit now. He's at 60% now. Again, basically no real change. So the bottom line here is, yes, there may be more enthusiasm for Kamala Harris, but the fact is we're not seeing that necessarily translate in the almost certain vote. And one little other note, I will note,
Harry, tell
Donald
him.
Trump is more popular today than
How scared are they right now?
August 13th in either 2020 or 2016. So the bottom line is, yes, Kamala Harris is doing better.
Who knew? There's an honest man on CNN. There's an honest man on CNN telling the truth. What is going on? Hey, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Look at you beautiful people. I see you. I love you. And what's up? That was weird. I don't know why I said that. XRQ! Number 1 tonight. Kathy is 2. Congratulations. Bonum Sanitatum. You are 3. Hello. BM Pro. What's up? Danielle's in the hizzy at 5. Darren, Just Mike, the 1. Oscar, and the hizzy voice. Billy Koopa, Matthew Thompson, Toe Cramp Joe. Look at you, beautiful. Brian, Pat Shagoya, another Brian. Donkey's in the house. Hero Large, Asian Orange. Please hit the likes, guys. Candace, Joe Scarpazza, Raiden, Scott Volkovich. Daniel, I've never been to Cleveland. Sorry, Daniel. Randy got a notification. Well, that's good. Maybe I'm breaking out of this place. Do I have an echo? Oh, snap. I don't want an echo. Is it that bad? All right, you guys let me know if it's still there, because I have no idea why I would have an echo. There's nothing. Oh, no. That's not good. Hold on a second. Why on earth would there be an echo? I'm sorry, guys. It's not registered. I have no reason why. Dang. Okay, hold on. Let me try to fix this sound here. Very strange. Can you hear me right now? Am I off? Am I still here? It's let's see here. 1 second, guys. Hold on a minute here. Can you still hear me, guys? All right. Fixed? Okay. That's so weird. I don't know. Yeah, okay, good. All right. Excellent. All right. That's so weird. My mic, I had to mute one mic and the other one's working. I have no idea why. That's so strange That should never, ever be happening. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, here we go. Oh, never mind. I'll just leave it. All right, it's fine. Not what I want, but it's fine. It'll work. All right. Hey, guys. Anyways, I went through all you guys. No echo. That's good. Okay, great. Excellent. Now it's coming in too quiet. Am I too quiet now? I think something's going on with my camera. It's picking up my voice instead of my mic, which is not what I want. So, no, the volume's not on my YouTube. Sorry. For some reason my mic is reading as double. And I have no idea how that even happened. Let me try something real quick. Okay, it's good. All right, cool. Excellent. Sorry guys. What a bummer. I hate starting up with that, but okay. We'll live with it. Anyways, what's going on? All right, tonight I want to talk about we're going to go through kind of what's real and what's not, because this market is nuts, going on up and up and up, and then with all the news being bad, except for PPI, which isn't even real. They manipulated so much, and it came in just under expectations, so stuff went on. But the other thing is that the election stuff, if you just saw what I showed you from CNN, good old Harry N, he used to be 538. I love this guy. He is the nerd of all nerds, and he's so nerdy, he doesn't even know how to he doesn't know how to give them their medicine with a spoonful of sugar. He is, and like saying that for CNN is huge. It's absolutely a big deal. And he's like, straight up, guys, if we're here and this is where we're at with the polls, we're going to lose. He's like, it's not enough. Don't get excited yet. This isn't what we want. And I mean, he doesn't say we, he's trying to be, nonpartisan, whatever. But anyways, we're just going to go through a lot of different things here today. But I wanted to start with the polls because I keep getting people, so many people, and I love you guys, but you got to stop. So many people keep writing me, listen, help us understand. We're getting nervous. I'm like, don't get nervous, guys. This isn't even close yet. Okay. And I'm going to prove it to you. And then I'm going to catch up with your guys' comments. Okay. They're not going to arrest Trump and Elon, Ralph. So there you go. And if they do, it's not going to mean much. Okay. Check this out. Here are the final polls from 2020. All right. Let's go through these real quick. You see, we have, I don't even know Redfield and Wilson. I don't even think that exists anymore. But okay, Economist, YouGov, leftist poll, had Biden ahead by 10 points. Okay, Quinnipiac, Biden ahead by 11 points. This is the last poll before the election. All right, last poll before 2020. Biden won by. He officially won by just a little less than 5 points. So that is poll number 1 off by 5 points. Poll number 2 off by 6 points. Poll number 3, Research Company, off by 3 points. RMG, closer, only off by 2 points. Yahoo YouGov, off by 5 points, another 10 point. Rasmussen is the closest. And let me say why it's the closest. They didn't get the spread the best, but they nailed Trump's number right on. Okay, right on. And I guarantee you this is much closer to what the real numbers were. And if the real numbers were this, Trump would have won the election. It took Biden 5 points in popular vote with all those pumped votes to barely win the election. Okay, that's what it took. And that barely scraped it out in the swing states. And Rasmussen nailed it. And that's why I trust Rasmussen's polls more than anybody else's, okay? IBD tip, also very close. They got the spread right, but they underestimated Trump by 2 points. And you see this whole trend right here. Trump finished at 47, all right? Morning Consult, 8 points. So they were off by 3. And then IBD tip, this is the one, their second to last one. And it was also off even by more. So the polls tightened at the end. And overall, you can see right here, they had given an extra 3 points to Biden. So that's how off the polls were. 3 points. 3 points is not a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal when everybody's trending in the same direction. You see that there's supposed to be a margin of error in polling, and the margin of error is generally, depending on how many people they poll, it's between 2 to 5 points, okay? Which can be large. If it's a small sample size, it could go up to 5 points. If it's a large sample size, it could get down to 2. It's but this is the thing. Every single one overestimated in favor of Trump except Rasmussen out of those final polls. All right. That's a big deal. Now, knowing that they polled Biden at 8 ahead on the last day before the election, and then Biden barely won, and in the popular vote finished at 5% up. All right. And barely won. Skin of his teeth win. Now, let's look at here. This is so I can finally, once and for all, put this whole poll debate to rest. And I'm stupid. Real Clear Politics, you do this to me every time. Just stay off. Why is ad block always come back? I always pause on this site, and it should stay off for good. Let's go over here. This is where we're currently at, okay? With Kamala. All right. Remember, the final polls, 2020, this at 7.4 right now. He went up to 8 points on the final poll cycle of the election. Now, I already showed you. Now, Kamala, even with their bias, even with everything they push into it, she's only up 1.1. That means, judging by everything we know from 2016 and 2020, that Trump is actually ahead anywhere from 2 to 5 points in the electoral or in the popular vote, which means it will be electoral college landslide. All right. And this, I'm proving it to you guys right now. Morning Consult. How off were they by? Remember, they were off by 3 points. Okay. So that would put them at a tie. Rasmussen +5. They were the ones that got Trump nailed on the head last time. Ipsos off. IBD tip off. Okay. All of them off. This is, I'm just telling you guys, this is how it works. This is how it always works with the polls. They always favor the Dems. This is still a Trump win, even with, and this would make you feel really good, even with the insane Kamala Harris media push right now, even with everything they're doing, they can't get her to winning numbers. They can't. How are they going to steal this election when everything is on the table as far as 157,000 poll watchers so far? I bet it gets up to almost 250 by the election. Lawyers, lawsuits, everything going down, everybody watching, no cover. I'm telling you guys, it's all fake. It's all fake, the narrative that Kamala's ahead right now. And so I hope that completely demolishes that for you guys. All right. Let me catch up with you guys a little bit before I go on, because I got a lot to cover tonight, but I want to make sure I'm up to date with you guys too. Joe Baby Joe, that's right. On CNN, only 26 people saw it. They fired the woke CEO from Star. Yeah, then they probably brought in another one, Chipotle guy. Texas AG exposed voting corruption 2020. I did. He was awesome, man. Ken Paxton's amazing. Loud and clear. Dandy, it's always important to read the fine print on polls. It'd be hard to find. It should describe methodology. That's correct. But it does not describe their weighting. Okay? How they finally decide at the end to what they bump it up to. Whether it's, race or whatever on that. Rasmussen ever had a Democrat ahead? I just showed you. They had a Democrat ahead. They had Biden ahead by 1. All right. Final poll of 2020. Which, this is much more believable. Listen, I believe Trump won the 2020 election. Okay. You guys know that. I don't have to say it again. But I can also tell you that I could believe that maybe he barely squeaked out the popular vote or just was a little under because of the COVID nonsense. There's a lot of people mad at Trump about that. And a lot of people just didn't vote that year, or a lot of people bailed on Biden or went on to Biden just to see because they felt Biden was a harmless Democrat. There was a lot of people duped in 2020, and Trump still got 75 million votes. Do I believe that it's possible the race was this close because Trump would have still won the election? 100% I believe it's possible. I don't think it's likely, but I believe it's possible. So Rasmussen could have called it nail on the head right there. And the difference is that now Rasmussen has Trump up by 5. So, I mean, you do the math. So you can see who's been more accurate, who has a better track record. Queefer, you think Trump losing was fake because now the veil over people's eyes has been lifted and they see how truly gray is making it. Queefer, I believe that more and more every day. I really do. A lot of polls are landline only. I know. Who are these people? Who calls on landlines anymore? My kids don't even know how to use one. TK, Christian Shaughnessy said on X, if NASDAQ and Virtue have their way, delisting companies below $1, short positions go away too. I don't know if they'll go away as soon as they're delisted. They'll go away though if they cause bankruptcy. So I don't think delisting gets rid of shorts. I really don't. What's up, Jack? No notification. Sorry, buddy. I didn't see GTI's volume today. Was it interesting? I know she's ahead in the betting, which again, listen, that the betting is more accurate than the polls generally. Okay, I'm just going to say that. But it also brings in the human factor of emotion. And betting right now is getting pelted with the media attention. So, sometimes it's, you gotta, if everything is settled, then I think the betting's more accurate, left or right. But betting is susceptible to emotion. That's the one flaw in the betting markets. That's why they're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But the betting markets generally are more accurate. And I do pay more attention to the betting. But I think that will flip before the election. Brandon, a lot of these companies doing the polls charge big money, access deeper data. That is very true. Yeah. Local universities have access for free. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So now what's up? Schrodinger's. Could Trump want with Bernie Sanders to appeal to geriatrics of all hair types? I mean, maybe. Bernie would never do that, though. Bernie sold his soul to Democrats. Tell a child how to dial a phone. I know. You're right. It's wild. Yeah, with my kids the other day. Okay, let's move on here because, like I said, I have a lot of stuff to go over and everything. Look at this. This is crazy. This is nuts. So Pelosi is now out here saying the letter posted by Joe Biden didn't sound like Joe Biden to her. Pelosi is one of the main people behind pushing Biden out. Why would she be wanting to drop this narrative now? Listen, Nancy Pelosi, that old bat, drunk all the time. But man, she is cunning and crafty, and you do not want to cross her. Everything she does is for a reason. Everything she does. And except for when she stumbles and bumbles, because that's just the booze. But this is crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Let's play this real quick.
I didn't accept the letter as anything but a letter. I mean, there are some people who were unhappy with the letter. Let me say, some said that some people were unhappy with the letter. I'll put it in somebody else's mouth because it was I don't even know, it didn't sound like Joe Biden to me. It really didn't. So,
what is happening? What is happening? She's the reason he dropped out. One of the main reasons. And now she's going back on the narrative. What are they setting the stage for? A week ago, if you guys remember, Trump tweeted that crazy thing that said he heard Joe's trying to get back in it. He's trying to get back in it for the convention, which I find extremely hard to believe. Joe doesn't even know where he's at. But is it possible Jill is making a push? And is it possible they're having Kamala regrets already? Walls regrets? I mean, the Walls regrets would be easy to have with this whole stolen valor thing. But that is nuts. So, I mean, this is pure speculation. But if guys, in 10 days, no, not even 10 days, next Monday, if the Bidens make a push to get back in the race, it will destroy the Democratic Party this cycle. Absolutely. And if it destroys them this cycle, it'll destroy him forever. But this is absolutely wild. When Trump posted that, I thought he was being funny, and then Dan Scavino posted it, his social media guy, and I was like, eh. And now Pelosi's saying this. So there's something going on. There's something going on, and I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to put the pressure on Kamala. You know, Kamala, they can't even get her to take any interviews at all. I mean, is this, hold on a second. I have something I want to show you guys. I got to find it. I'm out of order. I hate being out of order. My bad. I messed up. Done messed up. Let me find this real quick. Because she is... Where? Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. I rushed on today, and this is what I get. This is what I get for rushing. But I didn't want to keep you guys waiting much longer. Oh, here it is right here. All right. Look at this. She declined an interview with Time Magazine. Now, did you guys see her angelic cover they gave her today? It's Kamala. It's like she's getting the Obama treatment, right? The savior. Except she's Mother Mary. They gave her this cover, and I'm not going to go pull it up. It's, you know, it's hideous. But the point is that in the article, it says they declined the interview. And Time Magazine is a softball interview. It's freaking T-ball. You put it up there, and the Democrats clock it out. It is an easy interview, no challenge. It will be edited. It will be filtered. It's in print. You can make it sound however you want it to. And she still declined it. This woman either is the dumbest person who's ever run for office, which is very possible, or she's just the fakest, or both. I think it's both. Because who declines that? Are you really afraid of Time Magazine? That's just insane to me. Speaking of fake, did you guys see this video? It's been going around, and I know I saw one person kind of debunk it with some live stuff, but listen, there's no people in the reflection here. All right. And that's crazy. And these people walking down here, do they look like they're waving to an adoring crowd? Like, if you see a crowd like this and you open that door, you know what you're doing? You're stopping for a second and being like, hey, give them the old Nixon, you know, I'm not a crook. You know, like, do something. But you don't do this, where you walk down like you're bored. And, like, listen, I'm not saying, but I'm saying, that's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. And again, nothing is real. I mean, it's so crazy. Redhead has rubber arms, says Vin. A picture of Biden wearing an adult diaper. I don't want to see that. Big Joe will be back as nobody else with the Bidens. Obama sure did. He wouldn't let Joe do much. Unless he's a poster child for term limits. Amen to that. Left Coast is, yep. Bro, they have to catch Closey by 10 a.m. for interview. If it's past 10:01, she's already drunk. She's being played by Jane Fonda. Oh my God. Be crazy if there's a bait and switch. I agree. Listen, so many things are just don't make sense right now because it's so much is fake. So much is fake between this election stuff, the narratives they're throwing us. And you better believe we're going to get to the, why do the stairs look like an elevator? Good point. Well, that's kind of weird. I didn't even look at that. And but the other thing is the markets, which we're going to get to in a minute too. I'm going to show you guys why this rally is completely not real. Midnight with the 5 memberships. Thank you, Midnight. I greatly appreciate that as always. You are so stinking generous. You do this like every night. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I really do. Alex P is now in the membership. Julio Infante, Dayroll, Robert Kennedy. Robert Kennedy's watching my stream. That's amazing. Rob Sarnick. Almost as cool as Robert Kennedy. That's awesome. Hey, thank you guys. Welcome. You now have extra content that is released on the weekends, and you get fun emojis and other stuff in the chat if you want. Extra. I always pick the members first if they're chatting, and you guys support the channel. So thank you. $3 a month is all I ask, and you guys are in now. Thank you, Midnight. Since Biden dropped out, is Spielberg now doing the help with Kamala? It might be, man. Oscar, it's crazier times. What's the deal with the price on DJT stock? Can you say manipulate 100%? Yeah, I'm looking for a bottom there to buy in more. Bro girl, what's up? Feeling we need a win. Too tired and old to do OnlyFans. Oh, Fro girl, please don't go that way. Signs are dumb, right? So, okay, check this out too. So if the polls are real, and the Democrats have this momentum, why, oops, wrong direction, guys, sorry. Why is this happening? In July, Republicans registered 250,000 new voters. 250,000. Democrats lost 19,000. That is unbelievable. Hulkamaniac. 5 more memberships. Thank you, brother. That's awesome. Who got in? Agent Orange, Mike Dennis, Keanu McGill, Ordinary Evidence, and haven't seen the 5th one yet. So thank you, Hulk. That's awesome, man. Members Live is going to be lit this weekend with all these new members we're getting. What does the squirrel and Harris have in common? A mouthful of nuts. That's funny. Matthew, that's crazy AI, isn't it? Oscar, what's up? Strange newest steps appearing on the escalator. I know. At the end of the loop, the guy in the blazer grows a head. What? How did I miss it? Oh, I clicked it off. Dang it, I can't go back. Sorry, guys. Messed that one up. Thank you, Hawk. Great info. He says, great info on the Jesus and the Atonement class. Appreciate it. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. That's on my Patreon. If you guys want to check it out, the Patreon, I'll put it in the chat right now. It is, I do success classes and theology classes, and it's a free trial. So you guys can watch what you want. But check it out. Anyways, back to this. July, so how is it possible? How is it possible? Riddle me this, Batman. How is it possible that Republicans add 250,000 new registered voters with all that means? You don't register Republican and then go vote Democrat, unless, let's say 3% of them do that because they think it's funny. I don't know. But you just don't do it. So 250,000 new people have said, yes, we're registering Republican. We want to vote for Trump. And the Democrats lost 19,000. That's a net negative. And I'm supposed to believe that in July, the Democrats gained like 6 to 8 points in the polls. I'm supposed to believe that. Now, this is what we call data. This is called hard objective data. You don't fake this. And polls are subjective data. So what do we do when we see objective data versus subjective data? We trust the objective data. That's what we do. So anyways, just unbelievable. Unbelievable how that's moving. So again, guys, we got to keep remembering this stuff. Got to keep our eyes on the prize and not get discouraged, but also know we got a crap ton of work to do. All right. This you guys got to see. I talked about this the other night.
Campaigns being.
All right. I talked about social media people getting paid to promote Kamala. And anyways, here it is. Just listen to what she's got to say.
AI and what to believe and what not to believe. Just the other day, I received an email for a paid promotion, for me to make a video and post it on TikTok talking about the Democratic side. At the end of this email, it says, if you want to get things going, we'll send over an NDA for you to sign and we'll get started. I know a lot of people get their views and their opinions and their beliefs based off of what their favorite influencers are saying. Just know, they might have been paid to say the things they're saying.
So the word was they're getting $3,000 to $10,000, $3,000 to $10,000 to promote Kamala. Now she's saying she was offered payment and an NDA as a non-disclosure agreement. That means if she signs it, she has 3 to 5 years probably where she cannot admit she was paid or else she could get sued. So they're locking them down. But this is telling you that, in my opinion, probably 90% of social media stars are out there promoting Kamala and getting paid for it. Now, I'll tell you right now, I wish I was getting that Trump money. Trump, if you want to pay me to promote you, brother, I'm already doing it. You can pay me. I won't turn it down. I'm already doing it. But I ain't getting no money. And I don't have that big of a following, so why would I? But the point is like, this is actually happening on the left. This is how desperate they are. It's smart because you know what? I'm in marketing. I'll tell you right now. Influencers sell product. They do. You know who doesn't sell product anymore? Celebrities. Everybody knows it. Nobody cares if Scarlett Johansson wears Calvin Klein. You know, no one cares if David Spade and Tom Hanks got the vaccine. They don't give a rip. What they do care is if Mr. Beast did it. What they do care is if this girl did it. I don't even know who she is. But she obviously is big enough to get paid. Now, good for her for being honest and getting out there. I guarantee you she's going to gain a lot of followers by this. It'll be better for her in the long run than selling her soul. But it's happening. And so there you go too. If you see social media blowing up, especially on TikTok and Instagram, those reels, they'll get you going. YouTube shorts, that'll get you going. But you see these guys like Harry Sisson. God, that guy, I just want to punch him in the face. I'm sorry, Harry, if you're watching, you have a very punchable face. You deserve it. In fact, let me just show you in case you guys don't know what I'm talking about. And all the guys are just going to crack their knuckles when they see this guy's little face. But I mean, is that not the most punchable face you've ever seen? But the point is that these guys aren't real. There's nothing legitimate about them. They sold their soul. Their mommy and daddy probably were Democrats, and so they said a couple like leftist things, or they realized they would get some followers because all the bots follow those accounts, and they were like, "Oh, cool, yeah, look at me." And then they got that money, and they were like, "All in immediately." And now this guy's doing Piers Morgan shows. I mean, it's crazy. You can't listen to him. It's terrible. But anyways, the point is that again, the theme of tonight: nothing is real. Nothing is real. And so again, guys, I'm just telling you over and over, and I'm going to hammer it home. We don't need to worry if we do our job. This is all all of this is, it reeks of desperation. It reeks of they're losers. They're the ones that are making the losing moves. They're the ones panicking. Who does that? Why throw that out there? But that's where all their money's going. You could say it's smart marketing, but smart marketing, honestly, truthfully, is not shiesty. It's getting people it's what Trump did last night, going out into the biggest town square in the world and having a conversation about policy and the country and all that stuff. So that's how you really do it. And if Kamala really wanted to win Americans over, that's what she'd be doing, but she can't because they don't have a policy, and she's completely fake. And so that's just like, and as this stuff gets exposed, it just looks worse and worse for them. Like, how stupid are they to think this could work in today's modern era, but they're doing it anyways. They know there's a risk of this. They know there's a risk of people like me putting this stuff out there. They know it. They know, but they're risking it anyways because they have no other choice. And when you have no other choice, it's because you're desperate. So that's where we're at in this. All right, let me catch up with you guys a little bit here. Vinman, they snuck into Trump's Virginia office. Yeah, that happened during the live last night, and it was after they hacked his email. Yeah. Again, desperation moves. Danielle says only cool people hit the like. Let's see how many people have hit that like. Where are we at? 81. I know we can do better than that. That's less than half the people watching. Hey guys, if you don't mind, take a second. Please like, share, subscribe. This is the most honest Trump platform you're going to find as far as exposing the news, the stock market, all of that stuff. That's what I'm here for. 20 plus years, political scientist, economist, businessman, marketer, all that stuff. Throw all that in, and I am all in on Trump and getting this win because I'm all in for America. So if you guys like what you're watching, you're new here, you'll love the community. It's the best community on the internet. I guarantee it. And we go through and we break up all the narratives. So there you go. Hit those likes. I appreciate it. Jack says, Ace, the only real poll is possibly the one Skamals. That's a new one. Scamalas. I like that. Scamalas, private office. I like that. Thomas Dubois, what's up, brother? Hope you're feeling better, man. Always thinking about you. Big JR, what's good, bro? I did say that, Matthew. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. She's not selling much, but she still looks good. She still looks good. Ultimate Beta Male Harry. That's what it'd be his name. Ultimate. It should just be Beta Sassoon. Beta Sassoon. Or Harry Beta. I like Beta Sassoon better. Vince still laughing. Mike, Sassoon gets trashed on TV, social media every single day for his obscene BS comes out of his mouth about the. I know he does. He's ruining his life. I almost feel bad for the kid. He's 21 years old. He sold his soul to this blue checkmark nonsense, and I mean Democrat nonsense, not Twitter. And he sold his soul to promote losers at 21 years old. And now his face, there's hundreds of hours of content of him being an idiot at a young age, and nobody's going to take him serious the rest of his life. And it is kind of sad in a way. I mean, he could grow up 35 and be a conservative. Now that would be a bold move and you know, turn it around for him. But this is nuts. Picture that went with a 2x4 stuck to his face. Your little member star's red. Big JR, it's based upon how long you've been a subscriber. I can't remember what red stands for. I'll have to look at but yeah, the longer you are, the more your colors change. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you, man. Miss the intro music. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go on to the economy and the stock market. So are we good on the election? You guys got it. You guys are smart. You get it. It's all fake. Everything they're pumping with Kamala, it's fake. The polls they're pushed in Democratic position. I've already proved it to you with history. I've shown you exactly what's going on, and I've shown you that even at these numbers, if they're real, Kamala still loses. So there's no reason to worry. All right. And again, it's all fake. But now let's look at the economy and the stock market, because we've been up the last couple of days. In fact, today was a monster day. Monster day. I mean, 1% Dow, 2.5% NASDAQ, S&P 1.5%, just blowing it up. Blowing it up. And everybody is just like, whoa, we're back, baby. We're back. But are we? Is things really fixed since Japan basically almost nuclear bombed the stock market the other day? And the truth is, it just is not. But it's a story we got to tell a little bit here. So let's start just going one by one. So right now we got 20% of U.S. citizens canceling their summer vacations due to inflation. Nearly 50% making budget cuts to make their ends meet. I mean, that sounds like recession to me. I don't know about you guys. And that sounds like a bad recession. 50% budget cuts. I'll tell you, my family's one of them. We were able to take a small vacation, but it wasn't anything like I wanted to do. 20% though canceling. That sucks. That sucks. I mean, you're disappointing your loved ones, your kids probably. You don't cancel vacation unless things are bad. Let me put it that way. Trust me, as a parent, when you give those kids something to get excited about and you take that away from them, that's hard. It's one of the hardest things to do as a parent, especially when you feel powerless about it. So this doesn't happen unless people have to do it. And then obviously the 50% is a big deal. People are struggling. People don't struggle in a good economy. They don't. And there's always some people, but in general, people don't struggle. Not like this.
Others and blowing the whistle on the devastating turbo cancer epidemic sweeping the world.
Sorry, guys. That was just a bonus right there if we get to it. Kamala, I'll fix things if you vote me in office, says woman currently in office. That just made me laugh. That's not what I'm trying to get to. Here we go. All right, so VIX today, massive upward move today and stopped perfectly on trend line. So options expirations Friday, and that's usually more volatility. But we're already there, Tuesday, okay? The trend line holds and begins falling, means VIX spike is coming. Is it Iran? Are things starting to move because of this in the Middle East? In other words, did they blow out the stock market today because they know things are about to turn? I think it's very possible. Michael Guyad called what's going on right now. We'll see if he's right at the end, but he says rally complete. They got everyone bullish very quickly, just in time for the main event. I will not relent. The main event is a credit event where credit spreads go nuts and it crashes the stock market. Okay. Nobody knows how much, 10%, 20%, 50%. I've heard crazy numbers. I think it's going to be extreme when it finally fully breaks. But he was right about the Japan carry trade, and that's why I follow Guyad. He's been right about a lot of things. Sometimes he says stuff way early, but he's been very on top of it. And with Japan starting to unwind the carry trade and cause that crash that Monday, 2 Mondays ago, that he was right on. And so there's no reason for me to doubt that he sees what's coming up next. And again, there's no reason we'll keep going. VIX the other day, on that Monday, VIX spiked to 65, but the S&P 500 remained above 200-day MA. That has never happened before. What happens when something never happens? It's usually not good. It's usually not good. It usually means something's setting up for worse. And I've been consistent for the almost 2 years I've been doing this show that something's coming in the markets, and I think it's going to be ugly. And more, it feels like it's coming right around the corner. And that's why I do not believe what happened today. Right now, economic activity is still contracting. It spark a market meltdown. U.S. economic activity significantly deteriorated in July. Look at this. This is the second lowest print, okay, since 2020. Okay. Everything locks down, we shoot down, bounce right back up. And this is what's nuts to me. Okay, so this was right here, this spike right here, this is the overheat economy coming out of VIX, all right? And so this, out of VIX, what am I saying? Out of COVID. This is the overheated economy. So, okay, let's just say this is probably where we should have been at, like this little peak right here. If Biden has done his job, okay, if let's say Trump had stayed in, we probably would have stayed around this mark for a while. And then this is about where we would have dipped and then climbed back up to around where we were right back here. And instead, it's been nonstop and then until we wedged in here. Remember, 2022 was pretty rough. And now everybody's saying how great things are. But 2023, this is when the bank started failing right here. And we've barely moved since then. You see this? And now it's coming back down. So this recovery right here, even though the stock market went nuts, the recovery is pretty fake because we're nowhere near where we were even back in 14 and 15, which, guys, that was just coming out of the Great Recession. Things were not that great back then. Things didn't get great till 18, 19, these Trump years. Okay, and this is where we're at, and everybody's talking about it being amazing. Economic activity is everything. PMI, survey of private sector businesses, activity over time. PMI is right here. Okay, not as low as it's been, not as low as COVID, but still statistically, other than 08 and 2020, the two crashes, this is about as low as it gets. So manufacturing is really drying up. PMI, when it's high, economy's growing very rapidly. That's the same chart. When it's low, contractions, and you see right here, we're right on the verge of contraction recession. Pretty crazy. Let's see here. Catch up with you guys for a second. You bet Harry got wedgies to his entire educational experience. Oh, man. Rum Dog, DJT haters were out today, so I bought the dip, picked up fingers. Well, nice. They're going to go out as much as they can because of Trump. Biden lured away by the ice cream truck. System will go the way of dildo. I mean, at least he didn't go full girl. So it's a little easier to come back from that at some point. Thomas says, one thing's for sure, if I'm ever having a bad day, I look forward to coming here. Ace and everyone lift my spirits, make me laugh with jokes, put me on the positive mindset. Brother, that means the world to me, man. If I have one person feel better because of my show, it was worth coming on. So thank you, Thomas, for saying that. That means a lot, brother. That means a lot. Midnight, the last studio show looks like the type invested finger for the wrong reasons. Finger warrants, I've heard 2 weeks, guys. I've heard 2 weeks. So don't worry, Josie's. We'll get back to that. Okay, don't worry. We'll get back to that. I just got to cover the market first. This is what a lot of the people come here for. Danielle says 12-month member orange red, pinkish red star is 24 months. Red star 36 months. Oh, okay. Well, you guys got a while till you get there. Van Man, Stephen Colbert, I know you guys are objective. Oh, the CNN part was great. Yeah, I'll play that later. Just Mike says, hey boys and girls, I found out today I have AFib. Could use a prayer or two. Thankfully found out before I started. Oh my God, Mike, brother. We'll definitely pray for you at the end, man. All right. God bless you. And I'm so sorry to hear that. Let's pray for full healing there and get back on. XRP, you're my fave troll. Thomas. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. What do I think tomorrow's CPI will be like? Well, if CPI is anything like PPI, which came out today or yesterday, it'll be a little bit lower. And I have good reason to think it'll be lower. For one thing, the economy is slowing down. I just showed you guys July slowing down. So if the economy is slowing down, inflation is going to slow. All right. And on top of that, the PPI came in lower. That's usually they're tied together loosely a little bit. But the other thing is that they're manipulating the data more. I don't have any stories on it from this month, but last month they took a couple things out of the data. Coffee was one, and coffee was one of the things soaring. So they've been cherry picking items in the CPI and PPI the last few months, pulling them out so that the data gets better and better looking. So the estimate for tomorrow, the general consensus on Wall Street is it's going to come in at 2.9. I would not be surprised if it comes in at 2.6 or 2.7. And then everybody's going to go, woo, big Wall Street party. And then the September rate cut estimate is going to go up to like 75, 80%. And they're going to be stoked. And we'll see a little push in the markets unless something breaks ahead of time, because they're going to be the rate cut run. I'm telling you guys this right now. This is what I believe anyways. The rate cut boost, okay, the rate cut pump is going to happen before the rate cuts, not after. That's what I really believe it's going to work like. Gretchen, I said 2 weeks for the warrants. Tell us why I think 2 weeks. Somebody, listen, and this is hearsay of hearsay because I haven't talked to Ham in the last few days, but apparently Ham said on William's show that he heard 2 weeks. So, and if Ham says something like that, when it comes to like finger, usually he knows something. Timing can be off, but he's almost always right over time. And so, if he said that, I think he has a good reason to say it. Well, all right, you guys. Oh, that's what's up, Jack? You changed your name? All right, you guys. Money velocity is slow. That's right, Boswell. Yep. Grain crop commodity price drop. Yep. SPY to 620. Here he goes. The old David Hunter. We'll see about it. We'll see. AFib can be fixed, FYI. That's awesome. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad it was caught then. I don't know much about that, but I'm glad. All right, let me keep going here. All right, so this is important. This is, I feel like, one of the best tweets I saw today because I know it's true. So market's going up, but not as much as you think because it's priced in dollars, which have depreciated 25% since 2020. A quarter of your wealth evaporated to inflation in 4 years. So this is from Trueflation. Aggregate since 2020, 25% inflation. Guys, that's borderline hyperinflation. Just saying. Borderline. And it's why it feels so much worse than the 7 to 9% they're telling us. This is crazy. This is worse than the 70s. And so that means Trump was right. He said this on the live last night with Elon. He said that they tell me it's 48 years, but 30,000 by the end of the year. So this means that basically, as cool as it is that the stock market's at these massive numbers, the truth is that the stock market really has not moved much since 2020, which is a crazy thought because, I mean, you might have more dollars, but those dollars are worth less. And it all comes out the same. And that's the evil, wicked thing about inflation, is it punishes you for making good decisions. It does. And it's awful. It's just so awful. But this is crazy. This is crazy. So remember that when you look at the stock market and everybody's talking about it being the greatest thing ever. Just remember that. So, all right. Oh man, we just hit 300 watchers. That's awesome. Awesome. Welcome, guys. Hit that like, please. All right. Daniel DiMartino Booth says, look at all the job losses so far. August 13th. August is tracking to be the highest month in 2024 for machete-wielding C-suite occupants. This is not consistent with economic expansion. Check this out. Almost 63,000 job cuts this month. That's wild. We're not even halfway through the month. You see right here, July. This is about the top right here. So April was a bad month. Remember, we went through that data if you guys were here. April was about 115. At this rate, we could hit 130 this month. That would be the biggest month of the year. And also, look at all these layoffs this year, guys. This is not a growing economy, and these are mostly good jobs people are losing. High-paying, good jobs, which scary stuff. This guy's been pretty on point with stuff, so I like to share. He says U.S.-Japan is down, which is their carry trade for the yen versus the dollar. VIX at support. SPX at 5460, not a good combo. Sell will come. So he's calling more selling. Here's Daniel DiMartino Booth again. Increase in freight rates was short-lived. It smoothed out a one-year average. Doesn't take away from U.S. retailers paying up to buy holiday forward. This will likely be best year ever to give the gift that gives back, like gift cards. Discounting will be unprecedented. In other words, things going to be cheap this Christmas. Look at this. That's nuts, guys. This drop. And I have truckers. David, I don't know if you're watching, but Dave's always telling me stuff. David and other truckers always reaching out to me saying that their stuff's drying up. Their freight is drying up. They barely have anything to carry. It's getting more and more expensive for them to carry stuff. Truckers are refusing to go to places like California, New York, because they don't make any money now. And the shipping issues are becoming massive in our country. We haven't felt the full effect of it yet, but it is coming. It is coming. Things are drying up. And that, again, remember in COVID how bad it got? It's a sign of a dying economy. People are shopping less. And rates, what these truckers are paying in fees are getting killed, and they are being laid off by the thousands. So when truckers are gone, the economy is drying up. So again, the stock market's fake. Apple, check this out. We had Buffett sell last week. Well, now the principal accounting officer just sold $1 million worth of Apple. Why would the principal accounting officer sell? Well, maybe he's got a debt he's got to pay. Maybe he's got, I don't know, that child alimony payment is going behind. Maybe he's struggling from inflation. But $1 million worth of Apple shares? I don't know. That tells that it's not a lot. So it's not like he's fully selling off the top yet, but I don't know. Always watch these things, because if this guy's a principal accounting officer, he's got a great salary. He's doing well for himself. Like he's dipping into his shares for something. I don't know. Maybe he's buying an island. Yeah. But you know, it's worth talking about. Just Dario is one of the best economic tweeters there is. Says Japan yields instead keep going down, almost at the bottom reached on Monday. Wait, wasn't the BOJ supposed to let yields raise? Yes, that was a theory. Reality, you can observe they're printing even more yen than before to make sure all their financial system doesn't collapse. Are they going to have their cake and eat it again? Nope. Soon some will break, and it'll either be the yen or the stocks. In other words, whatever happened that Monday because of Japan, it's about to get worse. They only were able to slap a Band-Aid on it. And this is one of the weirdest things going on. We're still in extreme fear in the markets despite rebounding. Green 8 of the last 9 days, and we're still in extreme fear. How weird is that? Nothing makes sense. Chris Kondo is donating $1.1 million to Tim's tampon collection. What's up, Mike? Good to see you, man. Let's see here. 111 likes. That's all we're up to? Oh, man. It's a rough night. People don't like my comedy routine. I told you not to talk about XRP. Oh, well, you can talk about XRP. Just don't blow up the chat about it. Oh, GTI's volume was zip. Interesting. Mark says he loves the new name. Content all around. Show rocks at work and help my day go faster with your Ace for Trump fix every night. Oh, thanks, Mark. Appreciate that, man. What's up, Pat Ccio? Must have been a different Jack. Sorry, Jack. He said it was the all right. But, you know, or anyways. No, that's not what he said. What did he say? Well, all right, you guys. Anyways. Honey Badger, what's up? Climbing the likes. Love it. AC, gonna go back, start for beginnings, just saying hi. It's been a minute. Good to see you, AC. Thanks, man. Al, don't know about anyone else, but I miss watching Geriatric Joe fall off his bicycle. Joe C's asks, how do they calculate the fear and greed index? You know what, Joe? I wish I knew. I really don't know. And that's a big lack in my knowledge right there. So now you've challenged me, and I'm going to find out by tomorrow. I will have that information. But thank you for asking that, because I've never even thought about it. All right, here's Kiyosaki, who I love. I do love the man. He's taught me so much about finances, helped me in my mindset about wealth, and I just owe a lot to him. My life got significantly better once I learned his principles. I will say this. He is one of those guys who has been crying wolf for a long time, and a lot of stuff hasn't happened. But it doesn't mean he's wrong about the fundamentals. And so I wanted to share this because he might finally be right on his timing here. Soft landing or crash landing, I hope I'm wrong. I'm prepared for the biggest market crash in world history. Why am I preparing for a crash landing? Because if I'm right, a crash and possible depression make myself and those prepared very, very rich. That's what I keep saying. As long as we're prepared, if we have any idea of how to hustle during this and invest, it can turn things around. But it's also scary. And so that's why I've been trying to prepare people with content and understanding and getting a different mindset instead of fear this entire time. I mean, guys, this is going to sound crazy, and I don't mean in a mean way, because I know people are going to suffer, but I'm kind of excited for this thing to crash, because I know I'm not kind of excited. I'm very excited. I want to see this crash. I know this entire market's fake. I want us to get a real economy. I want us to get real stock market. And the only way we can do it is if we purge the system, and that unfortunately requires a crash. And I hate that people are going to lose money. I really do. But if you got to, sometimes you got to go through hell to get to something better. And I truly believe people will be better off at the end of it. But it's going to hurt like a mother for about, a year to 2-3 years. And I really believe that. But I also believe Trump's going to be in, and we're going to rebuild this thing. And I believe the economy we're going to leave, and we're going to get to enjoy, okay? But we're also the one we're going to leave, and the country we're going to leave to our kids and our grandkids is going to be much better than the one we have now. And so, but we have to go through the pain first. And so that's what I'm really hoping happens. And so I'm with Kiyosaki here, where I don't look at it as a bad thing. I look at it as a necessary good thing that, necessary evil to lead to good things. But, so Big JR says 1.1 million is a decent boat, 6 hookers and an 8-ball. Is that what you hear? JR, I want to know, brother. I want to know. I'll just take your I'll take your word for that one. Yeah. I don't know. That's a big that's something. I don't know if I'd admit that. Randy, dollar index at 99.95 on 4/20/2020 is the same day gold index was 1700. As of 8/13/2024, dollar index 102 and gold index 25. Yes. What's your point, Randy? That the dollar's just lost value? Al, fear and greed index compilation of 7 different indicators measure some aspect of stock market behavior. Market momentum, stock price strength, stock price breadth, put and call options, junk bond, market volatility, and safe haven demand. Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Al, for explaining that to me. That's fascinating. So that means it's actually an objective data metric instead of subjective, which means that it actually has real meaning. Well, that's very interesting. Thanks for telling me, man. Bro girl, when the dividends are released, do we have to buy them right away? No, you'll have your dividends given to you, and then you can buy them if you want. It's up to you how you buy them. Yeah, Fro Girl. They should be tradable right away, though. JP Morgan stated in his testimony before Congress in 1912, gold's money, everything else is credit. And that's true. Fear and Greed Index, 7 guys asking who be scared of new ingredient. They just set them around the table. And when 6 out of the 7 say yes, they go to extreme. That's funny, man. I like that one. Thank you. Like, subscribe, share. Okay, so you guys get it. Listen, nothing's changed. The market sucks. It's fake. It's elevated. It's a crazy bubble, and it's not even that big a bubble when you factor in inflation. Well, no, I'm sorry. I refrain. Let me back up there. It is a big bubble, but inflation means it takes even more of the reality of how big it might be out of it. It makes it even more fake, is what I meant to say. But it's a huge bubble. But all right, let me go look at. I wanted to show you guys a couple other things real quick here. This is again the Kamala Walsh campaign and how it's just collapsing. But this is pretty crazy. We already know about the stolen valor thing, but this is 2004. Representative Tim Walz telling a Gold Star family he deployed to Afghanistan. He and the troops under his command struggle with PTSD. It's sick that he says this stuff when he never even went.
Both of you, with your keen understanding of how this works, especially from National Guard families, I can tell you this, having been one of those that came back, we were in support of OEF, but sitting in there with OIF veterans, when we came back, they showed us the horse whisperer and told us to be nice when we went home. And that was the extent of it. That was in 2004. Now, I'm proud to say that because of the people sitting in here and people who came before me, things have changed over the last 4 years. They have not changed enough. But Mr. Kennedy is following and moving something forward that the late senator from Minnesota, Senator Wellstone, advocated so clearly, mental health parity, and this issue of destigmatizing mental health, of understanding.
Unreal.
And
Anyways, and then this is just something I had to share as well. Here's our favorite Fauci, who just said he got COVID again, even though he's got 6 boosters. But let's listen to Fauci a few years ago, what he thought about.
But she's had the flu for 14 days. Should she get a flu shot?
Well, no. If she got the flu for 14 days, she's as protected as anybody can be, because the best vaccination is to get infected yourself.
And
so if she really has the flu, she definitely doesn't need a flu vaccine. If she really has the flu,
she should not get it again.
No, she doesn't need it, because it's the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself.
The exact opposite of what they
but
said
she's had the flu for
vaccines on us. I love Twitter. I just gotta say, I love it for this stuff. This is so good. And and I have one more thing I wanted to share with you guys. It's just so crazy, but and this is earlier that I accidentally started on, but did you guys see about this plane crash that happened? So there was a plane crash in Brazil where 8 doctors died on it.
Cancer epidemic.
And all 8 of them apparently had vowed to release evidence linking the mRNA to turbo cancer. And so anyways, it's just like there's some exposure about to happen. And this is what we're doing. This is where it's going. This is how they hide from us. This is how they lie to us. But the problem is that now everything is exposed so quickly. And just like the theme of my show tonight, that everything's fake, whether it's the election news, the polls, the market, the economy, everything they're telling us is fake. The beautiful thing is this, that it used to take extreme amounts of digging. You would have to show up and see records. You'd have to go to libraries and go to like city halls, and you'd have to dig and dig and dig, and reporters would have to go and do interviews, and it would take months, if not years, to uncover some of this stuff, and we'd find out about it 5, 10, 20 years later. And now, because of Twitter and Truth Social and other places, Telegram and whatever else, because of stuff shared on the internet, we can debunk narratives in real time. It is unbelievable. It is honestly, it's one of the most powerful things the world's ever seen. That I took today, I sat down and going through my tweets, and I do this every day, Takes me, however much I spend on Twitter, I save everything I want to share later. I put it all together at the end of the day, and I release it to you guys. And I'm just, I know what I'm looking for. I've been doing this kind of research for years, but at the same time, it's like, it's available to everybody. And I can put together a show like this so quickly and go through so much information. I don't know if you guys used to listen to talk radio or anything that like would kind of break things down, documentaries. I feel like it used to be an hour and a half, 2 hours. You'd get like 5 major nuggets of information, and then there would be a lot of explaining it away, or you'd see like how it was revealed and discovered, and that was fine. But I feel like nowadays I can go through all that same amount of information in one day, plus more, because of what's available to us now. And this is why, again, I'm so hopeful about where we're headed, because we have everything available to us now to prove them wrong every which way. Everybody's looking at it. People are learning. They can't keep up the lies anymore, because it's so easy to just overturn those lies. It's so easy to see past them. By the way, look at this. This is huge. This is huge. This is last night, which now is up to over 1 billion total hits Elon shared between everything being shared, talked about, all that. 30 million views maybe or more at this point. I haven't checked in a while. But millions and millions and millions of people checked out last night's interview. This was shocking to me. The largest group that watched the interview is 25 to 34-year-olds. That key demographic of people that growing up, they're not as crazy left as the 24s and unders, the straight out college peeps. These people have a little life experience, but that's huge. If Trump is gaining with those people, it's over. It's over, because he's going to get the older vote. And this is nuts. I mean, that means millions of people. 70% of 30 is like 22 million. So, and let's just look at how many are up onto it now, because I want to make sure we have these numbers right. So we're at 27 million have listened. And that's not counting the people who listened on YouTube, people replaying it, the shortened version that was released right here by Donald and Elon. It's not counting all that. And so like this right here has 11 million impressions, right? And this is pinned from his account. Elon did the same thing. So let's just say it's at 40 million total people have listened to that. 70% of 40 million is right under 30 million. It's like 28 million. That's a lot of young people. It's unbelievable. And so we're waking up. We're waking up. And there's so much hope. And I'm telling you guys, like I said last night, I think that sealed the election. And I'm holding to that. After I went through everything today and I looked at the polls and I looked at what they're doing with Kamala's campaign, and I looked at this data right here, and I just kept putting it all together, and I compared the polls to 2020 to today, and I did all that research. I thought, oh my God, it's over. If we show up and we refuse to let them take it, it's over. It's up to us, though. It's not up to them. And that's where there should be no fear. There should be no fear that we lose this election, because it's up to us. So do your job. I mean, you can go on Trump's thing and sign up and become a poll watcher. It's right here. It's kind of cheesy what they call it, but Trump Force 47. But you can sign up there and you can become a poll watcher, and you can get together with groups and canvas if you have time. It's up to us. If we do our job, we win. You saw the registrations, 250,000 Republicans in July, negative 20,000 Democrats. That's winning. So this thing is over if we show up. That's all there is to it. And I'm so confident of that, because they've never faced Trump as popular as he is now. Never. And the polls show that, even with their lies. And the media is struggling to get narratives on the ground anymore. It's crazy. So, all right, let me catch up with you guys. Honey Badger says, truth does not mind being questioned. A lie does not like being challenged. 100%. Censorship's the tool used when the lie loses its power. Truth needs to be exposed in all aspects. Exactly. And that's why I do it. XRP says, love DD, also the research. Amen. So now he's using PTSD for excuse putting tampons in the boys' room. That's probably true. He's like, actually, I'm crazy, guys. Oh, man. He does look like the kid from Mad Magazine. That's a good one. Maybe Fauci's getting a booster chair. He looks so short. He is very short. No cramp. Everything this dude's AstroTurf. I like that. Mad Max, did Finger dilute? They did an offering, but it's very low. It's like 1.4 million shares. It's not enough to hurt the float at all or pricing on anything. Brett, Fauci and Newsom should have their own show. Be called The Liar's Truth Hour, only 40 minutes long. I like that one. Twitter is Rush Limbaugh 2000. Yeah, Rush Limbaugh on steroids. Watch on Newsbacks. Nice. Oh, you're forgiven, Shogun. I like it. I agree, Donna. There should be no machine votes. Unfortunately, there will be. But I tell you what, Virginia, Youngkin doing the paper ballots, I believe there'll be other governors that follow suit because he's getting lauded for it. And so we need to put pressure on him. Do it. Tweet at Brian Kemp. Tweet at Doug Ducey. Be like, get those paper ballots in those swing states. That's Arizona and Georgia. Do it. Put the pressure on the Republican governors to get it done. Because if we shore up, I tell you right now, I think Virginia's going red with the paper ballots. I do. And that means Trump doesn't need Pennsylvania now. So, I mean, this is all falling into place. It really is. So we have, I think Georgia and Arizona are wrapped up this time. I think Nevada's locked up. And you add Virginia to that, I think Trump could lose the whole Rust Belt and be fine. So this is crazy. But if we, so it's getting harder and harder for them to have a chance to win. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. The Truth versus CNN, MSNBC, leftist pollsters, California tech money, Hollywood elites, 100%. That's what it's all about. Winning. Tampon Tim was told to be a poll watcher. He misunderstood. Is now taking lessons. I like that. Good night, sweetheart. Love you. So now I wrote my name for a while, and for Wisconsin Senate, got 2 votes. Don't know if I will, but no one else is there. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, check this out. This is really cool. They put this up on Real Clear Politics, and I want to go over this real quick because this is really neat that they did this. A second here. Yeah, I'll be off in a couple minutes. Okay, I'm almost done. The wife is checking in on me. She wants to hang out because she just got back from work. So I'm going to give this about 5 more minutes, guys, okay? And then take off. But I want to show you guys this thing because it's really cool. Righty. Where is it? We're going to have some fun for a second here. As soon as I find it. I can't believe it's taking me so long. Sorry, guys. I wasn't planning on doing this, so bear with me for 1 second. It was... Yeah, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. All right. Create your own map 2024. All right. Here's the map. Let's see how we get to a win here. All right. So let's put, with the paper ballots, let's put Virginia in. It leans Republican. We'll put Pennsylvania to leans Democrat. We flip those. Trump wins 281. So, and this is, I mean, like, tell me which of these he's going to lose. I mean, you really think he'll lose Arizona this time when he shouldn't have lost last time and they're going to have to cheat that much harder? You really think he'd lose Georgia this time? Kemp already said he's going to deliver it to him. I just don't see it happening. I really do not. And so, but I mean, you can play with all these. You could say, he carries Wisconsin, which I think there's a very strong chance he carries Wisconsin. He's also polling ahead in Pennsylvania. So we'll put leans Democrat there. We'll change this here. Georgia, say Kemp doesn't deliver. Oh, Trump still wins. I mean, this is, it's so hard for him to lose. Do you guys understand? Like, it's just, It's so hard. You guys want to know what I think the map's going to be? This is my prediction. I think he's going to carry this. I think he's going to carry this. That puts Trump at 325. That's what I think the election's going to be. And on top of that, I think there's a very small chance, but I do think it's a chance he carries Minnesota too for the first time since Nixon in 72, which would that's a landslide. I think it's very possible. He also has polls where he's been up in New Hampshire. He has polls where he's been up in New Jersey. And I mean, if he wins every state he's ever had a lead in this the last year, that's what this would look like. So I'm telling you, this is so hard for him to lose this. It's insane, but it really is. Brett says, sure, Buttigieg will be doing poll rocks. Rum Dog, I see makers of Denison's Chili and Dinty Moore stew asking for government subsidy for raising cost of beef. Hot beef injection. What? I don't know about that one. What's up, Darren? Yeah, she's home. She is. I'm going to go in just a minute here, guys. But anyways, you guys see what I mean, though? How hard this is for him to lose? I really think Virginia goes red now with the paper ballots. So let's just, we'll just reset all these. Okay. And just to make it more, within the, on the lower realm of possibility. And he's still winning. I mean, at this point, if he carries Virginia, he could even lose Nevada, which he's not going to. Nevada is hugely in his camp. So we'll put that here, and we'll say he, loses Arizona. He still wins just barely. I mean, it's this map, because he solidly gained Nevada, solidly. And Virginia with these paper ballots, I just really think is going to Trump. It's nuts. You guys want to see, let's go look at the battleground averages real quick on the polls, and then we'll go call tonight. Just to see where he's at. Stop it. Can you just stay off forever? Pause forever? Doesn't even give me that option. So dumb. This is the only site that does this. This is why I keep my ad blocker, but unfortunately I'm always using it at night. All right, so this is, I want all the battlegrounds though. All right, so here's the current counts. So Wisconsin, national average, Trump is ahead right now. Michigan, he's ahead by 2. Virginia, he's ahead. Pennsylvania. Wait, that's not right. This is not the right map. Sorry, guys. I messed that up. I guess we're just going to have to go state by state. All right, so Wisconsin, he's barely losing. But by the way, Wisconsin was one of the worst polled states in the last election. All right, and it went way in Trump's favor. Arizona, he's got a solid lead, even in this, where we're at right now. Nevada, very solid. I mean, there's a plus 10 less than a month ago. Michigan, Kamala's been gaining ground in Michigan. I still don't think she's going to win. This is a huge outlier right here. Huge outlier. And I don't trust the New York Times poll. Pennsylvania, Trump's ahead. And the only reason it's even close is because of this New York Times poll, which, by the way, 700 is not much. So there's a huge margin of error there, and I guarantee you they weighted it that way. And then let's just look at Georgia, because North Carolina's not even a swing state anymore, in my opinion. So Georgia, they have close, but it's like, if you believe Georgia's that close, get out here. Crazy. So I've lost a good following because of this. Who have I lost, Devontae? I have more followers than ever. I don't know what you're talking about. So you're wrong. I haven't lost anybody. I've lost some people, but honestly, if they're like you, I don't miss them. Let's catch up, and then I'm going to go. Liquid, this would have to be the most rigged thing in the history of rigging. It would be. And it's harder to do it. That's why I don't think they can pull it off. Brett, if Walt has stolen military valor, does it mean Kamala has stolen on ethnicity valor? Yes. This is a true story right there. Don, I don't see how people can say they're voting for Harris. I don't either. People just don't have brains anymore. It's crazy. They either don't have brains or they just hate our country. That's all it comes down to. Just Mike, Minnesota's all red except for Ramsey and Hennett in the Twin Cities. Part of Trump can win Minnesota. I agree with you. I actually think that's one of the reasons they pulled Walz is because they're afraid of Minnesota. So, yeah, you're damn right. I don't care, Skittle. Thanks for saying that. I don't care. People can follow me because they want to follow me. I don't care. If you don't want to follow me, go bye-bye. Why are you even here? I don't care. I work for CNN. BM Pro, thank you, Ace, for the live stream and gang for supporting this channel. Please hit like, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, like, subscribe, share. Really appreciate it. Had a great night last night. Gained a bunch of subscribers, so this is great. Hero says, best show on YouTube. Thank you, Hero. I appreciate that, man. With the burn, yeah. XRP is the chosen one. All right, that works. They exposed me about grifting GTI and Finger. Okay, Devontae. Okay, you're cute. You're cute. You're funny. Grifting GTI and Finger. What did I grift? I'm down like all of you. I said everything that I always believed in it. I never changed. The story changed. There hasn't been much news on Finger. I'm still in Finger. That's a grift. If I pumped and dumped, I would have left when it was good money and disappeared. So I obviously didn't do that. Huh. Interesting. What's the big story, Devontae? Oh, the fact that I make a little bit of money off ad revenue and from memberships. Whoa, big surprise there. I'm on YouTube. Oh, these are geniuses figuring me out over here. Come on, you guys are so stupid. Exposing me for grifting. I'm not going anywhere. I'm never going to change. I have not done one thing wrong. I am completely within ethics and within the law on everything I've ever done on this show. And I just I have nothing. I don't care at all. Like you people don't scare me. You lie. You are losers. All you care about is blaming other people for your own damn problems. You spend a bunch of money. You're sad that you lost money. I get it. Trust me, I am too. But you know who you should be mad about? If you couldn't handle it, you should have been mad at yourself for spending too much money that you couldn't afford to lose because you wanted to get rich quick. I wanted to get rich quick too. That's why I got in short squeeze stocks. And because I legitimately still believe they have a great chance. That's why I did it. Because the data said it could happen. History said it could happen. And I said, you know what? It's worth a risk. So, you know what? I have no regrets. But you obviously have regrets, you and all your grifter buddies. So, listen, I don't care. Go cry in your big pile of cold soup. I don't know. I have nothing to be worried about. I'm trying to win an election here so our country gets back on edge. I'm doing work. I'm actually doing work. I don't go out there bitch, moan, and complain about how my life sucks and then blame it on somebody else. You know what? I tried that for a while. It wasn't fun. Didn't work for me. I turned my life around. Maybe you should too. I recommend it. Take some responsibility for your life. Go get successful and, find something you care about bigger than yourself. And you'll find that life gets much better. So anyways, Devontae, been real, but that's all you get tonight. I love these people and it's been good being with them. Jack, love you, man. Donna, you too. Good night. Midnight says, love your show. Love the content, interacting. I do too. This is the best community. It really is. It's amazing. I'm diabolical. That's right. Thank you, Joe. Thomas, you hear so many bad things from vets about their treatment at the VA. Yeah, you know why. The Biden man. Rum Dog, you're so welcome. Yeah, GTI receivership. Look, you know what? The first date in court was promising, so let's hope some goes. Boswell says too many people sell and the price goes down. They get scared. I get it. We've never said diamond hands either, and we've never said put in more than you can afford to lose because it was always a risk. I've never been anything but honest, Devontae. I have no regrets. But you do. You should go be regretful somewhere else, Liberals label everything, so you're moving to Africa to be African-American citizen and move back to USA. There you go, Mad Max. You'll get some benefits that way. Liquid Skittle, the issue people have is they don't know how to liquidate and FOMO and think every stock is going to be GameStop. I know. It's so true. Future Well, data does support the fact there should be some squeeze in lots of stocks. 100%, man. That's why we're here. Thank you. Hero at Large with the donation. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you for your support, Hero. You're one of the good ones, brother. Anyways, I love you guys. I'm going to end in a prayer, and we're going to phase out. And God bless you, Devontae. I hope things turn around for you somehow, some way, but don't blame others. It doesn't get you anywhere. Anyways, love you guys, and let's end. Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Bless all these people here, Lord. I hope you give them wisdom in their decisions, Lord, and bless them in those decisions. And pray, God, that we all can make a difference to change this country, get our country back on track. We pray for justice in the politics and in our markets and in everywhere else, and in people's own lives, God. And we pray for healing for Thomas, Jenny L, and Mike, and everybody else here who might need some healing, God, in their own bodies or their families, Lord. And we just thank you. Thank you for all you're doing. It's clear you're at work here through so many people, and we just pray for protection over President Trump and others fighting for us. And thank you again for all you're doing. Bless everybody here. Amen. All right. Bless you guys. Love you. Have a great night, and I will talk to you soon tomorrow.